Hello everyone, this is Shawnee Noctowls, and tonight I'm bringing you guys another Ebonic Gorillas Slayer task. I am almost done with it, only got 42 of them more to go, and I think once I get a 75 attack, we're going to be fighting Skotizo. So, my bad, didn't mean that to play. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh boy. Gotta be a wee bit careful there. Oh, Runa bars. Runa bars, that's not too bad. Oh, wow. Ooh, gotta be careful with that. Yeah, all those boulders. There we go. Ooh boy. I gotta be careful there. Ooh, there we go. At least, yeah, I think, at least, spider wing one. There we go. Wow, I'm getting a ton of prayer potions. Today is not a bad thing. Thought he was gonna die there for a sec. Oh wow. There we go. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, roll 3 more rune boards. Isn't too bad. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Roll. Oh, rune chain body. Not too bad. Oh, rune javelin has this one too bad. Oh, hey Derek. Hope your evening's going well. Just doing a Slayer task tonight. Just continuing to fight these gorillas, as it were. Yeah, for sure. I haven't gotten any Z-Nights yet since I've come back on hiatus, after hiatus, but I've gotten some rare seed drops at the very least, so that's at least something. Oh boy, gotta be gotta be careful there with that melee. Oh, nice. That's good to hear. Glad to see you'll eventually get some good rest, which is always helpful. Oh, yikes. What are you heading to Georgia for? For vacation, or just to see family or friends, or... Oh, I see. Well, hopefully it goes well. Hopefully the trip goes well for you. And I'm sure going to see your brother may be fairly neat. So oh boy, I wee bit too quick there. Oh, it's another ceremony. That's not too bad. I'll pick that up. Yeah, servers are always pretty nice. I guess gorillas are more packed than usual. But yeah, I hope your trip goes well for you. Should be a fairly neat thing. Ooh, be careful there though. Oh, whoa. Okay, I might have to, get Tully after this. Yep. Oh, well, I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, with COVID kind of laxing, like, it might be a good little, journey for ya, you know? So, I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, fortunately, up here in Idaho, we've been getting sun again with spring arriving, or I guess spring slash summer. Well, summer's not here yet, but yeah. Is it still kind of cloudy in Wisconsin even in May? I see. I've never been to Wisconsin before. What? I didn't. Know you guys got a lot of rain, or maybe it might just be the time of year for you guys, but. See here. I see. Yeah, Idaho, we do have winters and it does get icy. But I think the lowest temperature we got this winter was like 5 degrees. Of course, I mean, you know, it's still winter, but it's not as, I guess, you know, as cold as -40, so... How's the cost of living up there, by the way? In Idaho, it's getting a bit more expensive with people moving in, or at least trying out the place, which is understandable, especially during the pandemic. But are people moving to Wisconsin, or has there been any kind of a shift? Darn, that's not too bad. Yeah, I figured it was everywhere because a lot of people saying it's mainly Idaho because where I live they say Coeur d'Alene's the hottest housing market in the US, but I've heard even in North Carolina people were having trouble buying houses too. So rent is still pretty fair in my area though. It's around like 1100 a month for a garage apartment. Well, 1180 if you add cat rent and water, sewer, and garbage, but I mean still a decent price, so not sure how expensive rent is up there in Wisconsin though. Oh, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. And I guess they cover water, sewer, and garbage for you, and I don't know if you have a pet with you, but... Plus, yeah, is it do you have a garage, or is it just like an apartment, a standalone, because, what I have, it's kind of like a triplex, like, it is an apartment still, but I mean, it is more so like a triplex, because there's no one above me or anyone below me, so that does help, I see, okay. That's still not too bad though, because even here, if you want to get a regular apartment, kind of like yours, I think it's closer to around $1,000 now. So with me only paying an extra 100 to get a triplex essentially with a garage, it's definitely worth it, I think. Because I checked in places even like Iowa and Kansas for a place similar to what I'm renting, and they'd charge around the same if not more. So I'm not sure how much they would charge for it in Wisconsin if you were to get like a garage apartment or a triplex. But Yeah, and where I'm living, if you were to want to rent a house, you probably would have to spend at least $2,000 now a month, which is quite exorbitant in a way. But again, for people moving in, it's at least from the wealthier or higher places of living, or higher cost of living rather, it's not too much. But yeah, it's a pretty fair deal though. Yeah, the good news too, though, is at least in Idaho, we have some of the cheapest car insurance in the nation, as well as utility bills, and our groceries can also be fairly cheap, though, if you also know where to shop. You can get uh, like 20 ounces of nice salmon for $5.99. You can get 6 ounces of Swiss cheese for $1.99. I mean, it's not too terrible. Yeah, my car insurance is $95 a month, if that helps any. I don't know how much it is for you guys, but... Yeah, we're also fairly close to a lot of nice freshwater lakes, and I assume there's a lot of salmon that probably comes from Alaska and Canada as well, since we're fairly close to it. Um, I don't think Coeur d'Alene is or Post Falls is big. I mean, it's like 30,000, 33,000 people. I mean, to me, it's sort of like a small city or like a small town, sort of. But again, you're also talking to someone who moved from Jacksonville, Florida, which has like over 1 million people. So I guess to me, small is relative. I mean, it's definitely smaller for sure. It is getting a wee bit bigger with more people coming in, but it still has a small town feel, sort of. So, oh, I see. Yeah, I drive around 20, 30 minutes to a grocery store, if that makes any sense. Or at least if I want to get into town. Town being Coeur d'Alene. Because, I mean, there are some shops in Post Falls, but I do most of my shopping in Coeur d'Alene, so... But I mean, I don't mind living on the outskirts, like it is cheaper here versus renting in town, so... Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only problem um, with this area is a lot of the locals are understandably, not too happy about a lot of the wealthier individuals coming here, buying up a lot of the property here. Because the median house price now is around is now around what is it? Is now around $500,000. And although to some people coming from like California, Washington, Oregon, New York, and other places, you know, that's fairly cheap because, you know, their houses are a fair bit more expensive. But still, like the locals who 8 to 9 years ago, you know, could afford those same houses for around 100,000 or lower, you know, it is a wee bit of a change for them, and understandably so. And yeah, well, median price, yeah, it's and most of the people here too, most of the locals, their income is less than 40,000 a year, with the median income of at least residents in Post Falls being around anywhere from like 23 to 25,000. It has slowly gone up over the years. Well, you have to remember too, I don't know if you know about this, but Idaho's minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. And although they are paying people more now because they're recognizing that, you know, if, you know, they want people to work here, even at the lower paying jobs, you know, they have to provide some incentives. So right now, at a local McDonald's around here, they're offering to pay people $13.50, which is quite a big chunk, at least compared to what people around here usually get paid. And but I think that's everywhere though, as far as like hiring signs. And I know a lot of states have been cutting off unemployment because they think that's what's been causing people not to want to go back to work. And Idaho actually recently did that as well. And well, I think it's at least good that there are more hiring sites now, because that way people can more easily find work, and with jobs now offering more incentives, you know, it also helps the low to middle income people. So, but yeah, it's the thing too is a lot of the people coming in here too, and what I've heard from the realtors around here, at least on YouTube, is, you know, you'll have, you know, 15 different people going on one house, and sometimes, you know, it won't be surprising for people to spend 50 to 100,000 over asking price, which is quite insane in my opinion. But I mean, I guess some people have the money, or even if they don't have the money, they may be willing to spend that much more, if only because either A, they want a house here so badly that they don't care how much they have to spend, or B, they, I guess they just have the funds, or they're just willing to take on the risk, so to speak, which I think is a bit unwise personally. But again, that is their decision. And you know, I think with the pandemic, a lot of people have taken a bit more of a risk in certain things. Understandably so, but still, just have to. Yes, they may own equity, but I mean, you know, you gotta remember, even if the person is willing to overpay 100,000 for that house, another person may not be willing to pay the same amount. And as far as, you know, you actually owning the house, I mean, that's if you you know, get a mortgage on it, you know, you're still going to be renting it from the bank for around 30 years. So you don't technically own that equity until it's all paid off. So, but again, I mean, I guess with people who have families as well, I can understand why they may want to have a house, because an apartment, or own a house because an apartment may be too small for their children, or, you know, whatnot, which understandably so. But again, it's just I think it's a bit too of a rash decision in my opinion. But I know, people again are doing it for their own reasons, and it's just one of those things. Yeah, I mean, and there are places in the country where you don't have to spend 500,000 for a home. Like in my nearby state of Montana, there are some houses that you can get for under ooh, nice 75 tech, under a under under $100,000. The only thing with that is they're in very small towns. Small being 3,000 or less, or sometimes even less than 1,000. And it might take a long time to get before you hit a grocery store of any sort, which makes sense. So yeah, like I mean, there are affordable places you can move to if you're willing to live in a really small town, kind of far away from things. It's just you just have to ask yourself if you're willing to do that, especially if gas going up. It's just one of those things. But I mean, if you work remotely like I do, then it's not as much of an issue. At that point, if you work remotely, you just have to ask yourself, can I get along with the neighbors? Because especially being younger, of course, you can meet most of the people you want to meet online, but it can also be conductive to be in a place where you can also meet people of similar ages. But I mean, yeah, at least those smaller towns do allow affordable living, so. Yeah, so like the small towns, I don't think people are overpaying as much. I think it's just more so like either, I don't want to say metro, but probably like the mid-sized towns, or at least some of the mid-sized towns that are getting popular. Because I think the really small towns, I think, still may need a wee bit of help, but the Arclight is really good. Yeah, it's just kind of like a catch-22. Like, I think for me personally, if I ever decided to move to a small town, I would either want to at least see if I could rent around the area, or if renting would not be an option, I'd at least want to visit it before I decide to purchase the place. Because there are some people that are buying homes without house inspections right now, and that's kind of biting them in the butt. Where a lady from North Carolina had to put a house back on the market after she overpaid for it because the house apparently had a wasp infestation. So I mean, it's definitely good to at least see if you can check out a place before you buy it. Because You know, if you're gonna be spending a whole ton of money wanting to be in that house, I mean, you might as well be a wee bit smart about it. So, I mean, it's happened before, so I'm not too surprised about it. And I know, like 8 years ago, or 12 years ago, you know, housing, gas prices were around this amount as well. So I mean, it's not too surprising, but I know some people are treating it like the end of the world, where they're buying and, you know, filling up their, you know, gas cans, because they feel like, you know, they're you know, that certain places are going to completely run out of gas, which I guess understandably so to some extent, but I wouldn't get too crazy about it where it causes a frenzy, you know. So yeah, and then people are also memeing on Biden on YouTube as well, which, I mean, at least it's preventing riots from happening. Ooh. Oh, nice, I got 2 radar seeds, but yeah, it's just a wee bit weird. Yeah, fortunately where I'm living in Idaho, hasn't become as much of a problem yet. I mean, we are around 3 gallons, or $3 a gallon, but still not too bad. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, to be honest, you know, the last couple years, especially ever since COVID had started, you know, things just had become a little bit too crazy. Where I guess since so many people were staying at home, you know, they felt like the only way they could get out that energy was through, you know, protesting or rioting, which makes sense to some extent. But you know, there are healthier ways to go about things, and I just think that that, you know, fortunately now with COVID restrictions, you know, kind of going away, hopefully, that will allow people to be more comfortable going to bars or going out again, and it will allow them to direct their energy elsewhere, which I think will be a good thing. Because, you know, I think the main reason why, you know, people have spent so much on houses in the last, you know, last year is because, you know, with people staying at home, they felt like that, you know, since they couldn't really go out, you know, they figured they would spend as much as they can on their house, which makes sense to some extent. But with the pandemic only being temporary, once people start going outside more again, it will probably inevitably cause housing prices to go down, if only because, you know, with people going out more again, you know, it will just people will start eventually having different priorities, and then with potentially people going back to cities again as well. You know, that could also change things too. Uh, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I just think it'll probably be another year or two before we more so feel the effects and see how things pan out, so to speak. But yeah, the good news is at least rent is still pretty fair. Like my rent only went up $50 when I renewed the lease, so I mean it wasn't too bad. Yeah, same. The good news is at least some of my stores that I go to, I no longer have to wear a mask, so that's a good thing. Because I've been tired about the whole mask craze for a while now, to be honest. And I kind of don't want us to become like Japan, where people make masks the cultural norm now, you know? I mean, I can understand why the Japanese do it, and I guess if some Americans want to adopt that philosophy, they can, but I just would rather it just be a temporary thing, to be honest. Oh, ballista limbs. That's a rare drop, actually. Yeah, I might do one more before I head out here. At least from the gorillas, for the most part. Actually, I might come back here and do a couple more gorillas and see if I can get them down to one, and then I'll do Skotizo, I think, at that point. Yeah, but I'm hitting like a truck, which is good. Let's see here. I might be getting off soon after I do gorillas and Skotizo, because then I'll be done with my task. And then I think it will be prudent to take a wee bit of a break. I might play some Neopets or something else later on tonight, or I'll have to think about it. Yeah, I recently got into playing the the online game, and I also like playing Final Fantasy 12 and 14 as well. But we'll see how things go. Well, as far as Neopets or wait, Neopets or the Final Fantasy games? Well, I had a couple of family members who used to play the game when I was younger online, and I played the card game before, and I thought it was pretty fun. So I figured, I would finally try Neopets for myself, and and it's been, fairly fun so far. Um, it's definitely a bit of a different genre than what I'm used to. Um, but I mean, it has some callbacks to Pokemon that I can see, which is pretty neat. So, but yeah, it's definitely a nice change of pace for sure. I'm gonna check something really. Okay, so I'm checking something really quick. So it seems like when I fought Skotizo, different setup. Yeah, I just think it's nice to try different games once in a wee while. Nothing wrong with playing Runescape, but there are other games you can also enjoy out there as well. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is, you know, when you work remotely, you can set your own hours as well, and with being able to set your hours, you know, you also have a wee bit more time to also think and experiment with other things too, you know. So, you know, work is definitely important, but you know, it's also important to take care of your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health too, you know, because at the end of the day, you're not going to take that money to the grave with you, you know. You're not going to even be able to take that house or the equity to the grave with you. So it's just important to also, you know, focus on what matters as well, not just your material wealth, but also, you know, who you are as well and yourself as an individual. So, oh wow. Yeah, I mean, I mean, equity or buying a house is not the end all be all, you know. I mean, there are more things to life, especially if you like also adventuring too, you know. Like sometimes I just like going on hikes or going to different places, going to different towns or you know different spots, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I was focused on my house all day, every day, or solely on work. So there's nothing wrong with you know houses or work, but there's more to life too, you know. Wow, I'm cutting through these gorillas like butter now with this Arclight. At least with my melee. Shows how powerful it is. Elements on Mars, okay. Oh, that's pretty nice. Where do you work at, by the way? Do you feel comfortable answering? Oh, interesting. Well, I hope you enjoy your job, or at least what you do. Seems fairly neat, and I'm sure the builders appreciate the work that you guys do. Yeah, work is fairly limited in where I live as well. So I definitely see what you mean. Hmm. Yeah, it's definitely nice. Yeah, just make sure to also take care of yourself, you know, just because nothing wrong with working, but it's also important to, you know, take care of your health and among other things. I think that's what we can definitely learn from other cultures, whether it's from the Europeans or even the Canadians, I guess, just to some extent, I guess. But just know that, you know, there's more to life than just working in houses, and, you know, if you could also spend time just being able to socialize or work on yourself, I think that's, you know, that's also important as well. Yeah, I think after I fight one more gorilla, I'm gonna go and fight Skotizo, and that's gonna be the last thing for that task. Well, you shouldn't feel guilty for it. Sometimes we just need a break, you know? Just have to just learn how to just relax a wee bit, you know? I guess that's why the Irish, you know, get uh, a wee bit drunk or at least have fun at the bar after work, you know? Because, I mean, if they just went to work and didn't have any fun, then they probably wouldn't be as incentivized to go back to work, you know? So you have to learn how to play a wee bit too, you know? Because can't just all be just work and no play. So. And also too, if you have a relationship of any kind, you know, it also helps to make time for that as well. Or even if you don't, you know, either spending time for that or even just, you know, hanging out with friends is also nice. So. Or, you know, at least meeting friends as well. Maybe. I wouldn't say you have to necessarily move there. You could at least visit. I mean, I might eventually do that. So, is even though I feel like, you know, my spirit is from Ireland or from the Celtic lands, where I felt like I was reincarnated in the U.S. or reborn here. You know, I still feel like that. You know, being in America, you know, it's a nice change of pace because if my spirit stayed in Ireland, and if I was born in Ireland physically in this lifetime, then I would have never experienced the US, you know? So I think it was good that I was able to go elsewhere, you know? Because that's how we have new experiences. And, you know, the same thing with Florida. If I had always stayed in Florida and never decided to go to Idaho, then I would have never experienced the Four Seasons or the wilderness or the bad weather up here, you know? So, no, I definitely think it's good to try out different things at times. Definitely no shame in that. Yeah, Ireland, Idaho, you know, wherever you decide to go, just allow yourself to have some time to do that, you know, and you know, you don't have to save your entire money and live off of ramen all your life just so you can afford a big expensive home, you know, or house. You know, you can always, you know, also spend some of that money on traveling or, you know, just doing other things, you know. Don't have to get too crazy about it. Yeah, I think that's the one thing that a lot of the other countries do too, is they, you know, make time to explore and go to different places, and I think that's helpful. Give me a moment, I have to take a call real quick. Hey, Bob. Well, I still got plenty of chicken here. He gave me a couple days ago, so I'll probably go into that before I go back and forth. I appreciate it. Oh, oh, no, I understand. I might be able to come back within the next few days if you guys are able to refrigerate it or keep it in. Well, hey, that sounds pretty good. Well, maybe in the next few days, once I eat the other things she sent me, then I'll have room for. Oh, I've had some of the chicken you sent me, and I finished eating the stir fry, and I had the salad you gave me, and I had the rice you gave me. What I have left is you got rice and some veggies, and I still have some cup of tea. Well, I actually went outside for a wee bit today when I was delivering the mail, and it was nice. And I also exercised today too. So Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had a quick call I had to take care of, but we're back, and yeah. Yeah, it's been a nice day out today, and even though I didn't go hiking, you know, I still did enjoy the weather when I was delivering my mail, and I also exercised today too with my resistance bands, which is nice. But anyways, we're about to fight Skotizo. I just forgot that I need to switch out for my Carol set, so we can fight him more efficiently since he uses magic-based attacks. But we'll do that once I get close to a bank around here. I think, yeah, this is perfect. Okay. Oh, I didn't know this had a special attack. What is the special attack for Arclight? Oh. Yeah, ancient shards are the only thing that really charge it. They're fairly easy to acquire if you do a lot of Slayer in the catacombs. Each 3 ancient shard, or for every 3 ancient shards you provide to the Arclight, it gives 1,000 charges, which definitely helps. Oh, that missed. Yes! There you go. Man, the Arclight really helps with this boss fight. Alright, so the good thing about this is, ooh. The good thing about this is this like one-shots the altars, which is really nice. Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, so, let's see. Yeah, I didn't actually know Skotizo had a pet, but, yeah, that would be pretty cool if I ever got the chance to get one. Alright. We'll eat the bass first, and then if we need the extra potatoes with cheese, we'll use those as well. I think we should be fine. Oh wow, those altars, they came back really quick. I'll keep one active at least, see if that changes anything. There we go. Oh boy, yeah. Don't want to get meleeed by him. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, I think I remember it being helpful, but I just forgot about it. Maybe we might need to at least use one dose of that. Yeah. Yeah, the good news is at least the Arclight one hit KOs the altars, which is nice. I mean, the boss itself is not too hard, it's just the altars really buffs his defense. So you just have to be careful about that. But yeah, he's already down to half his health, which is pretty nice. Man, does this Arclight smack. But his ads are starting to pop up, so gotta keep that prayer on. And he also has his magic base damage, which can do a bit of a chunk. Come on. There we go, we're close. Oh man, didn't do anything. There we go. Wait. Oh, there we go. 2 ancient shards and 3 rune plate lugs. Oh, sorry to hear that, Derek. Hopefully it gets a wee bit better for you as the night progresses. But yeah, we just defeated Skotizo. And got 3 rune plate legs and 2 ancient shards. Now, I'm gonna check something really quick here. What is the... So 3 rune plate legs is a common drop from Skotizo. I think the most valuable drop he has is an uncut onyx, which is 1 in 1,000. He also... Oh, no, Jar of Darkness, my bad. That's the most expensive. And then the boss is, 1 in 65 chance of dropping the pet, which is pretty neat. How many charges do we have left? Oh, we still got a fair chunk. Oh, we got 3 ancient shards. That's enough to charge. I might keep one of each just for clue scroll's sake. The rest I can sell. Got plenty of runite bolts. Definitely sell these. Ooh, wow, bunch of dragon javelins, dragon skins. What else did he drop? I think we need that many ones. I think I can at least sell some of these. Oh! Glad you're back. Yeah, I'm just going over the loot tab here. See how much we got from gorillas and Skotizo. Grimy. Bars. Diamonds. Javelins. Oh wow, so we made around almost around 2.6 mil in our little over 130 demonic gorillas task, as well as from one Skotizo. So that's definitely pretty nice. See how much these ballistic go for. Hope with that. for that much. How many? No, someone was willing to buy them. Snake, champagne. Palm tree. It's like some people been starting to buy those. Yeah, I guess I'll check what my next task is, and then I'll come back here. Oh, I probably should restore my prayer points at the very least. Okay, so the good news is 75 attack is the most I'll ever need to wield anything other than ferocious gloves, which I don't think I'll be using those. Oh. Oh, next task is not too bad, just fire giants. Be pretty easy. Let's see here. So that. Papaya. Sell those. Let's see. making still those dragon scimitars, and I'm sure some people can use them. Yeah, the dragon scimitars are selling really quick. Then adamantine bars. Sure, someone can use these. Diamonds. Sure, someone can use those. Yeah, our bank is starting to grow a fair amount. Got the fire cape, got the amulet of torture, the rune plate skirts weapons, arclight. Yeah, we're definitely getting there. Okay, then javelins. This usually sell fairly quick. At least the shafts do. I can always do the herbs first, I guess. Yeah. I didn't know you had to be a certain health total to use the night jewelry. That's pretty interesting. Do this at the very least. Oh, dwarf feed will buy pretty quick. And Latin time. Yeah, so I think I'll let the rest of this sell, and I think law runes go by pretty quick usually. Because people use it for magic training and stuff. Let's do this then. Oops. There we go. And yeah, we're about 6 million now, so Yeah, then these are gonna be kept later on for prayer training. We're definitely getting up there. Alright guys, I think that's going to be the end of the stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I might use some more later in the coming days if I decide to renew for membership. Because my membership's ending soon, but it's definitely been worth it so far. Anyways guys, hope you guys all take care.